Hello. In this video, we are going to learn about the informal future. So first, we're going to look at what is the informal future. We're going to see how to form it in Spanish, look at the different forms, the different conjugations of the verb that we're using, and finally, we're going to look at some examples. So let's get started. The informal future. So what is the informal future? It's how to say I'm going to do something, like I'm going to eat, or we are going to travel. So it's sort of a casual, informal way of talking about what you're going to do in the future, usually in the near future, but not always, okay? So how do we form it in Spanish? Well, there are 3 steps. We need the correct form, the correct conjugation of the verb ir. Ir means to go. And we've looked at this verb ir before, not in the informal future, but saying things like I go to the store, or I go shopping, or we go to the park, right? And in this case, we're going to use this verb again, but in a different way. So a form of the verb ir plus the word a, literally to, I'm going to. And then the next verb is in the infinitive form. And what's the infinitive form? It's just the form of the verb with the ar, er, or ir still on the end of it. Okay, so let's take a look, first of all, at the forms of the verb ir. And this is a review. Like I said, we've looked at these before. So I go is yo voy. You go, tú vas in the informal register, or usted va in the formal register. He or she goes, él va or ella va. We go, nosotros o nosotras vamos. You all go, or you guys go, the plural, in the vosotros form in Spain, vosotros, vosotras vais, or in the ustedes form in Mexico, van. And they go, ellos or ellas van. Okay, so that's step 1. Step 2, like I said, is the word a. And step 3 is a second verb. What are you going to do? And this one we're going to leave in the infinitive. Notice that the infinitive form just has the er, ir, or, well, in this case, they're all er or ar. There you go. Still on the verb, so that verb is not conjugated. So comer means to eat, viajar, to travel, ir de compras, to go shopping, hacer buceo, to go diving. So you'll use one word from this column, a, and then one word from this column, an infinitive, whatever it is that you're going to do. So let's take a look at some examples. First, we are going to go shopping. So we, nosotros, and the first thing we need is this form of the verb ir. So for the we form, it's vamos, a, and then to go shopping is ir de compras. Okay, so here's step 1, vamos. Step 2, a, and step 3, ir de compras. All right, let's look at another one. Pablo is going to travel. So Pablo, and the form, so Pablo's pronoun would be he, right? So él. So we need the form of the verb ir va a viajar. So here's step 1, va, Pablo va. Step 2, a. And step 3, viajar. Pablo va a viajar. Let's look at another example. I am going to go diving. Well, I am going is yo voy a, and then to go diving, hacer buceo. So here's step 1, voy for the I form for yo, a, and finally hacer, step 2, buceo. Okay, in the space here in your Cornell notes, write what you just learned about the informal future in Spanish. Adios.